Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Happy Valentine's Day. Will you be my Valentine? Oh, I've got gum in my mouth. So sorry. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So, hello, everyone. At Ness, I got your email and I got your donation. Thank you very much. Marby, I got your donation as well. Appreciate it. So, you're right behind Ness. So all I need is I got Nessa's question. I just need yours, Marby. And who now I have another group here. I've got Ness, you get the cookie. You were the first one in.
Mm.
Marby, you're a second runner up. That's so great. Marby, I found your question. I've already started. So Sue Toffee, I have yours as well. Happy SR, I have yours. And I've got yours, Ness. I'm just coming through. Hello, everyone. Rose, it's good to see you. If you would like to have a reading, put hashtag, well, here it is. I'll just put it in. Hashtag love in there. And after I take care of the donation readings, then we'll throw make it a game. And Lalit, it's so good to see you. And let me get back to you. So how are you, dear? And you've got Willow. Is it Willow?
I have Willow and Linksy. The shy one is on the other side, bookended.
And you told me last week that they are very polite.
They are.
The whole presentation.
And whenever I do any kind of Zoom class or piano lessons or anything online, they are just like that. And the minute I turn the computer off, they're all over me. It's so, but it's odd because you see other people, their cats are photobombing, and getting in the middle. They never move until the moment I turn it off. They're meowing and run all over me. They're so sweet. They're so polite. They're such good kitties.
Oh, that is so cool. We've got a message from CJ. Debra and Lalit, you're both so right about the past week. Thank you very much. We always like to hear that.
Thank you.
Of course. It was very nice. So, well, I'm glad you're here. And did you get any candy today? Because this is half-priced candy eve.
Oh, tomorrow's the big day for gluttony, huh?
I've been on it. It's on my calendar. It's on my calendar. So I love that. I love that. So I had a session with Allie earlier today, and some people are here that attended that as well. I appreciate that. But there came a time near the end of that show where I mixed up the information from one viewer to another viewer. And it's just like with anybody who does readings one right after another. I have this when I'm working my real job. And it's like you don't know you're too tired to do the next reading until you're in the next reading. And so I'm not going to trust going fast tonight. I'm just going to, people who'd make donations, that you're right on top of the list and you're going to get a good reading. But we're going to have the love giveaway tool to shuffle up everybody. So just put hashtag love. Bora Bora, I see you. And I have something to say about soulmates. I'd rather you just say find a good man instead of a soulmate. Soulmate sometimes comes with contracts and it's kind of toxic. And since we're in a new age right now, you can just say no to that low down cheating daddy. No, I shouldn't say that. He's, of course, it's all good. Water Lily, thanks for being here. So I'm going to take my time tonight and try not to feel pressure to get all the readings done. So Now you have a presentation, as always. When I put you on stage, I'm going to start starring all the questions. You not only need to put the hashtag love, I need to get a question from you too, and then we'll get right on to it. So here's the stage, my friend.
Hi, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. May much love and the blessings of love rain upon you this week and this whole month and this whole year. So, some of you mentioned that last week went as we talked about, and we're going to talk a little further about, we're still in that zone, and many of the things that happened this week are still active. So we're going to talk about those things, not because they're in the past, but because they're going to affect our future. So it's going to be a brief review. Okay. And if some of you missed the show last week or the week before, we go over these things in more detail if you want to feel more information about that. So I'm going to just put up a chart of that full moon that we just had. How did you get a chance to see the beautiful moon? I don't know if it was cloudy in your area. I'm in the desert, so it was like mind-bogglingly beautiful. Wow. I hope you got to see it. And that little sky map that I made, keep that in your purse because that's good for the whole rest of the month. And if you didn't get the sky map, that is the pictures of what the sky looks like, so you can say, oh, that one's Venus, that one's Saturn, Mars is way over there, or you can hold it up to the sky and see what's what, because all the planets have lined up. So when that full moon happened, you had like an arc in the sun, in the sky, of where the sun went down and where the moon, where the sun and moon were located, and you could just follow the stars around the sky. Anyway, that little picture is in our last presentation. So here we go about what's happening and what's both for the political scene and for you personally. So just to show you, this is the full moon map. And I am bringing that up because there are some things that we are going to talk about for the very near future. At the beginning of the month, we talked about this Jupiter here, which I am pinging on. Jupiter was retrograde and it's stationed direct. Now it's zipping forward in the sign of Gemini. And I mentioned that 47 is going to be losing some of this protection that he had with Jupiter in Gemini. That's his predominant sign there. So he's going to be losing it because it is leaving Dodge and Saturn is moving in. So part of our discussion is because next month is going to be so bad for him that we are hoping that some of the decisions that are being made in the next couple of weeks will make things even worse because of how they're going to go. So we're going to talk about that and how it affects everybody. So Jupiter went direct, and that Jupiter is the big expansion energy. It's things start moving when Jupiter is in the house. Now, keep that in, put a pin in that because we're going to come back to that. Then we had Mercury went Cazimi right behind the sun, combust the sun on the 9th, and then it went square Uranus on the 10th, and then on the 11th and 12th, we had this full moon that had sun in Aquarius, square Uranus in Taurus, square the moon in Leo, the fixed sign, grand T-square. And I mentioned this is the immovable object and the unstoppable force of Uranus. Uranus being the planet, the revolutionary. We're not going to take this anymore planet when the people rise up. So this is the beginning of a very big movement that's only going to snowball. So as soon as that happened, just today, Mercury went a little forward because it was in Aquarius at the time of the full moon, and it has gone a few degrees forward, and now Mercury just entered Pisces. Now you guys are getting experts in astrology, so you know that Pisces is the sign of dreaminess, of wonderful things like the film industry. So I would suggest you get yourself a really nice movie to watch tonight, romantic and or spiritually oriented, or you could do some astral traveling. These are spiritual things, and Mercury is here. So it's really good for all you people, which it means everybody in this group who has a high level of intuition. Suddenly you're feeling this change, and mentally things are a bit softer for you. You're feeling a need to maybe relax a little bit, lay back. You might want a glass of wine or something like that. You know, that Neptune and Pisces have that kind of feel about it, where you want to be a little dreamy and laid back. And I had a talk. Debra was talking to me on the phone yesterday. She was saying, "Oh, I'm feeling kind of low and depressed." You might feel lower mental energy. It doesn't mean you're not bright or you're not brilliant, but your nerves are calming down a little bit from what happened with the full moon surge with Mercury and Uranus together, of overload, mental neural system overload is easing up a little bit. So this happened just today. We got Mercury into Pisces, and in 4 days the sun will be following right behind, and the sun will enter Pisces. And so both planets are going to be in Pisces, and Mercury will have moved ahead and making a square to Gemini. This is not going to be good for 47. This is going to be some bad news. Now, and on the 20th, something really big is happening, and it ties back. Remember me saying, put a pin in the fact that Jupiter stationed direct and moved direct at the beginning of the month. That was big. When big planets change direction, it is a massive force that just is big and important. Guess who's going direct on the 20th? It's going to slow down. On the 20th, and it's in Cancer. It's going to slow, and it will actually be stationing direct on the 23rd. So that means between the 20th and the 23rd, it just comes to a grinding halt. You know, like a freight train that takes a while before it changes direction. It has to slow down, then it can go into it was in reverse already, so it's gonna stop going in reverse, slow down its reverse action, come to a halt, and that's what station direct means, because now it's going to start moving forward. And when Mars, which is very energetic and vital and forceful, is moving direct, and so is Jupiter, things are going to really start moving along. And I want to point something out to you. I mentioned to everybody, look at your own horoscope and see where you have Aquarius and Leo in your own personal chart. And in that axis will be active for you personally. So I'm going to just put up the handout that I send to you when you ask me for your free chart. If anyone didn't get one yet and want to get one, you send me an email. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I send you this in along with the packet, and this is the houses: the first house, second house, third house, and so forth. Now, this happened in the United States horoscope, because the United States was born on the 4th of July. There's a time, and we have a chart that works for the US. It's very effective and very clear. And that lined up, that axis of Aquarius and Leo lined up with the what is called 9th house, and I'm pointing to it, but you can't see me pointing to it. So look around the inner wheel. The numbers of the houses are on the inside. 9th house is at the top, and you'll see Jupiter right there in Sagittarius, and the word is higher learning. And then the opposite one is Gemini, connection. That's the axis that it happened in the US chart. Now, I'm going to show you the astrology card, the tarot card that corresponds with the astrology of the 9th house. And you guys are the people that know about tarot cards, and I hope you could see this. Oh, I practiced beforehand so you could get a view, and it's kind of not looking good. It's too glary. Okay, the Hierophant. There it is, looking a little better. The Hierophant. You've all seen this picture. Now he's wearing the bishop's hat. You know the Pope is the Bishop of Rome. I lived in Rome for many years, so I know that. He's the Bishop of Rome, and he wears that hat. So this is organized religion. It doesn't mean necessarily spiritual. It doesn't mean that it's not spiritual, but it means the organization and the structure of religious organizations. It is not referring to the spirituality or meditate, the spirituality that Jesus as a the person that Jesus was, an incarnated master, a higher master, an ascended master. The spirituality that Jesus had is one thing. That would be the Pisces house, the 12th house. But this, the church and the Justice Department, and I say Justice Department because I mean the structure of the justice organization in America, because we're talking about America's chart. So it's not it's not Lady Justice with the scales, where he's balanced and everything is working out equitably. It's the organizational structure, as just like it is also the organized structure of a church. So it's the dogmatic and the organizational part. So this is where that full moon hit the United States chart. So it's relating to the thing that is being most bombarded right now, which is the justice. All of the judges and prosecutors and people are being bombarded. And Uranus is affecting that because this is rising of the people. So the people are going to be backing it up. So we want to hope that all goes, that this is it gives a lot of results that will support our Constitution and our democracy, because if we get those results now in this seed idea, when March comes in like a lion, like it says in the song, that's when things are going to go south for 47 big time. So the more we set it up with these losses in court cases, and there are going to be 50 or 100 court cases lost by the time March gets here, that will help things snowball in the direction of collapse at the foundation, so things will begin to be rattled. So we hope for that. And I hope that you see from this little thing of the houses how it affected you. So wherever you have Aquarius and Leo axis, because it's 180 degrees apart, it's this area of life that it will affect, that you feel more intense movement. So everybody today, with leaving, we have Mercury and the Sun entering Pisces. So this is a time for really concentrated meditation, and really delving deep, doing a deep dive into your personal goals, your sense of direction, and maybe some adjustments in your movement. And you can get your dream journals out for sure, and do a lot of that kind of thing, because this is a really wonderful chance with the Sun and Mercury both entering Pisces at the same time in aspect to Jupiter. You have a real chance for a spiritual awakening. And when Mars will be hitting we'll be going forward, starting on the 20th, we'll begin to feel a change of energy and momentum. It's going to start growing, and it will pick up more. By the time I see you next week, you're going to say, wow, that train really left the station. It started going. You felt it. It's going to go. And I think we're going to see the the effects in our country in a very profound way. And our justice system is the bulwark, and it's going to hold down the fort, because it's the last bastion of our democracy. And the better that it goes for democracy and the Constitution, the change that happens in March will build on that. So we want things to go strong in our favor in this next few weeks, and they're definitely moving in that direction, and that's what I see. So you guys need to have some downtime to relax, focus on yourself, keep your heart centered, love and compassion, knowing that is the essence of the best you can do for our country and your friends and neighbors and everything else. Always have love and compassion in your heart. No matter what's going on around you, don't let that shake your boat, because that you have to be focused on your own light inside. Boy. So basically, that's the message for the week. Watch a wonderful, good movie or a good book, curl up, do some meditation, have a little downtime and focus, get a lot of extra sleep.
Right. I like sleep. My bed is my best friend. I'm married to it. It said, I do.
I had a change of heart in that direction. I used to be big time insomniac, up all night, all the time. And I am really enjoying connecting to source,
Yes.
We need that. We need it now. It's recharging, It's what the Tesla has to do at the charging station. We have to pull into the charging station with the divine each night to get ourselves back on track from all the stuff that happens during the day, so that you don't get shaken from your path.
There's speaking of Teslas, the Tesla owners are now getting bumper stickers that said, I bought this before he went crazy.
Or it was more accurately, I bought this before I noticed that he was crazy.
Yeah, that's
true. He's been crazy all along. So I saw one with a Tesla on the side. It had a very long, excuse for the word, penis. Can we say that word on the side?
Oh my God.
From back to front,
Oh my God. Was it a planned thing, or did somebody sabotage it?
I think someone was mad at Elon and expressing their feelings
on their $40,000, $50,000, $70,000 car.
Well, it may have been poster paint, I don't know.
Oh, that's true. So hypnicity has had some good input as you were speaking about the Orange Man. Remember that he's here for a reason. Everything is going to work out. Keep shining our lights. We need you. Bravo. This is a great
message. Hypnicity.
Mm-hmm.
This is so true. Perfect. Well said.
So I start a couple of other ones here, excuse me, with hypnicity in mind. She said, the beginning is near. I like that. I like that a lot.
I was trying to think of a quote, and I couldn't remember who said it. I think it was St. Francis. That said this, and all his quotes are so great, but it was, all the darkness in the universe cannot put out the light from a single candle.
That's profound. I like it.
So you carry that little candle in your heart.
A God spark. God spark.
And nothing can take it away from you.
That's right. That is right.
You're a beacon.
Yes. We're going to start with, of course, Ness first and then Marby. If you would like to have a reading, please put #love like this, and then a question. That would be great. And we'll get to you. If you need a question answered for sure, then a donation, super sticker, all of that stuff goes a long way. And thank you for the support, sincerely. Denise, I just got yours. just a moment.
Oh, hypnicity. That's good. You know, this is, yes, this is a good thing. I'm happy to hear that message.
Okay, so let me give you the list of people I have on the list. If you do not hear your name and you did write a question, please just write it again. Marby, Sue, SR, I've got Ness, Bora Bora. I'm so glad you asked a question, Janet. That's so nice. Oh, Marby says she got Valentine cookies because I was asking anybody if they got chocolates. She got cookies. That's pretty good. And then Water Lily, CEV12, Irene, Water Lily again. Oh, wait. This is a question for you right now, Lalit.
Okay.
And then I have Denise as well. So,
Oh,
can you provide Lalit's email address to submit for a free birth chart? Yes. So it's, of course, her email is in the show notes, but it's astrology vibrations, plural, with an S on the end at gmail.com.
yep.
Not dot crime.
Include your place of birth. Don't forget the place, the date, and the time. If you don't know the time or it's uncertain in any way, please give as much details as you can do about the time factor. You're certain of it. You're at your 5 on a scale of 10 of not knowing, you know, or, you know, let me know about that. And I should be able to get that to you this weekend.
Oh, that's nice. That's a quick.
Yeah, I'm really trying. Busy. I'm trying, but I'm going to do it. I will do it.
Well, I think I've been a little putting a little too much on my plate, so I've got to be a grown up one day, so I can be full 100% for you guys. Ness says cards on the timeline. I enter the sharing publication. I'm sorry, took those off too soon. Of my writing project, I am taking calculated risks and want to know what I am gaining and potentially losing, for better or worse. So it's a writing project you've been working on for a long, long time. And let me just move into that. Interesting. So I know why people ask this, because you want to prepare yourself. I do have, what's interesting is the timeline is going out a little ways. It did this before. It cycles in and out of favor. I know what Spirit is trying to tell me here. There is a perspective you hold that isn't correct as far as, an expectation, basic expectation, mainly because when I look at this question, I've got the 3 of Swords, which is a bit of a heartbreak, just a 3 though. The 5 of Wands, which is bickering, arguments, being utchy. I do have a new project that you want to get to. And this is all this month within the 30 days. So I've got the Page of Cups. But then what I do with timelines is I lay down cards, each representing 30 days for my timeline. If the timeline goes more than 3 months or so, 4 months, then that's when I talk to my client and say, okay, so you would like this cycle of reward to be available to you within the next few months. And it looks like it's not that feeling of reward. And I'm not saying you're not going to make money, because I think you are, or recognition and all of that stuff. You will, because the Knight of Pentacles is here. But I'm not sure. It's, that when you hit a success and a goal and then you kind of have a letdown afterwards. I think that's what I'm reading here. So the timeline goes out too far right now for me to say that you're going to feel completely fulfilled and it's going to be sustainable. That feeling of reward, it's going to be sustainable. So maybe when we talk tomorrow, we can go a little bit deeper into that. I know that it cycles in and out of favor because sometimes with my publications, I just finished my book. It's like I just want to get it out there, and however it lands is fine with me. And then I go into this feeling that I really want feedback and positive at that. So, because it's hard work and I want that reward. So let's talk more about this tomorrow. I hope that
I got 3 cards for you, Ness, and representing you, we've got the Ace of Swords. So you have put your maximum effort and your mental concentration. You have focused, and you began this project with verve and vitality, and you pushed and you did your part. So, okay, you did it. You did your maximum effort. Then we have next to that card ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter, Temperance, and it's reversed. So I think things are not going to move as fast as you would like, but they are going to move at the appropriate speed for your success, because you then get as your result, you will be happy with the result. But this card is ruled by Saturn, so it's not going to happen immediately as you want it to, but with longer lasting results, with something substantial and real coming out of it. So don't fret if it takes a little longer, for the better results is what will happen.
I'm just starring some other questions that came in. Rocky, I got you. Yes, you did the hashtag love. That's good. Okay. I've got another donation. I appreciate that, Denise. You will be, she gave a super sticker. Your question will be answered as well. I don't think I have it. Let me see. Oh, yes, I do. I do have it. Okay. So you're going to be, so let me go to Marby next because of a donation she put in. I love this. You know how much I love general readings. I really enjoy them. You know, because things with every decision we make or choice we make, our destiny changes, and it goes cycles in and out of favor. And I want everyone to think of karma as cause and effect and not good and bad. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but somebody needed to hear that. So the first card out is a sword card. So we're going to talk about your thoughts, Marby. And right after that is the reverse moon. Right after that is the 10 of Wands. I call this big fat stinking thinking. So I'm going to want to know why. There's something that I want to ask Spirit why this. If you're not into it right now, maybe something might trigger something a little later on. But I was asking Spirit, why am I getting these cards for Marby? She's got a lot of stinking thinking, and she's 10 of Wands. She's taking over everybody else's business and doing it for them. And then the next card, is the death card. So it looks like that's coming to an end. So congratulations. I'm going to read this a little differently now. What it is that with the reverse moon, you're going to give up with the attachment of having to know everything about everybody or their motives or their perspectives or something like that. You've never been a nosy person, but you do care for people an awful lot. And that can show up as a certain level of anxiety. 10 of Wands, you're more than willing to take on a little extra burden for someone else's good. But the death card is really awesome because it says you're going to be setting all that aside, quieting your mind. Remember, the first card out was swords, so it's all your thinking, And your reward is going to be the Hermit card. And remember, the Hermit is when spirit comes out, taps you on the shoulder, invites you into the warm cave because God wants to talk. So so that is what's synchronizing up for you. I got worried the first few cards out there. I thought, oh no, we're going down a rabbit hole, but it really turned out differently the more cards I put. So bravo.
Well, Marby, I see this is a 7 of Wands. I don't think you could see it really well. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We know what that.
Okay, 7 of Wands. So you've been in a defensive posture and fighting off some challenges and standing your ground, fortitude with, standing, fighting for what you believe in. You've been challenged and you're in a strong position and you're ready to sally forth. The Page of Swords. You're ready to set about. And here is how things, this is a beautiful card. I love this card. Number 2, the High Priestess. So your intuition is stupendous. You are just in a fabulous position of understanding and power and compassion and feeling your feelings and love and understanding, and your ability to succeed is at a high. So you're coming out of the frump that you've been fighting off all the demons, and you'll be gaining the power. So I think that's wonderful.
I love it. Whenever you say that, I think of it. You've got the power. Can't do that too much because you say bad girl. Oh my gosh. I hope I bless you and leave you with that. Is a really good. I like that a lot. And now we have a super sticker. I'm going to go down here with Denise. Thank you for your donation. May I please ask what the future has for me regarding my gifts and sharing my gifts that I hide from Mormon neighbors? I'm a You know what I say? Whenever
I got some of those around too.
I kind of like the idea that people think I'm a witch, and then that's fine with me. But I know you're so kind, and you want everyone to view you in the right light for society instead of your light for humanity. So let's move into this and say, what's your future regarding? I'm going to take the first one first. Oh, yeah, that I hide from. I see what you're saying. Okay. It's interesting what I have here. It's very interesting because it's interesting that you put on your question that last little bit that I hide from my neighbors who think I'm a witch, because that is exactly what's holding you back from moving forward with your gifts. And here's why. So I have the reverse 2 of Wands. Now the upright 2 of Wands means successful little steps, but they're successful steps. And then it's crossed with the Tower. I have to redo my life. It doesn't mean, I had this one lady come to me. I had a client, a consultation. She goes, I'm gay and I don't know. I'm so afraid to tell anybody. And I says, well, you don't have to tell anybody. It's not like you're going to turn purple and everyone's going to assume. Yeah. So it's, and it's the same unless you wear your headband and outside in the, so just do your own thing and move into, because once you test the waters with your ability, then you test it and then you vet it and then it becomes part of you, and then it's just matter of fact. And people love matter of fact. The reason why I said that that's holding you back is because I have the reverse Ace of Wands, which is no forward movement, and that's what's happening right now. And then this worry, the 9 of Swords. It's just a shame. Also, you were asked to let go of this attachment of worrying about how people feel about you last month. And it's just a process. So it's hard for you here's the ace, the page of cups, which I'd love to see come in, messages of love, but it's like reversed. It's like no accolades. I know I'm not a witch. Yes, I did help you get that car, but whatever. People who don't believe in witches, just ask them for a lock of their hair. Then they'll believe always. So I do also have the five of Pentacles, which is better reversed than upright. So it's like you're coming a little bit wanting to be more in gratefulness and generosity than you do scarcity, but you're afraid. 10 of Swords, this is your environment. You're going to be thrown under the bus or held. And I just thought of something. Don't worry about being wrong. Like if you move into your gifts and want to do a reading or something like that, just explain and understand that the life cycles in favor. Cycles out favor. So it's like when you have a psychic reading, it's like, this is the road, this is the path of least suffering, right? And then your choices kind of flex from there. The Seven of Pentacles is upright, which means that whatever you've done so far is right on, and it's blooming and it's growing, and you will be rewarded. And I know with the Five of Cups that you're feeling guilty. You should be farther along than this or whatever. But let me tell you, in the next couple months, the world is going to be here. Being triumphant. You'll be all the way around the earth. So let me tell you, have a next step ready, like maybe coming on my show and doing some practice readings with me on the show, or go and join a group. We have practice sessions in my group too, but you'll find them on Facebook and stuff where you can practice and be with your people, your tribe. So
Denise, it's amazing how these things line up, but I use a lilac lantern stick. So you must trust in yourself and believe in yourself and know in your heart what you're doing is right and true. It's your path and what you must do. And what other people think about you has no bearing on anyone except on themselves. And they make their own choices as they must. And you can't expect to influence them. But if you are always compassionate and kind and do little kindnesses for them, they'll begin to love you and say, well, she's not so bad. Even I didn't know witches could be so kind. No, but don't worry, you cannot let what other people think of you. Trust in yourself and follow your own light, and you will be the queen. You will have definite success. So you follow that, and you are going to gain your own. This is gaining your own kingdom within you, the kingdom of God within you. It's going to come out. And the last one made me smile, because in the old, I'm older than you, and a long time ago, people that were looking at ETs and stuff saying they were abducted, they were just considered to be really kooky. And now things are coming out, and people are beginning to express themselves differently, and there's no stigma. You cannot be concerned about worrying what other people think about you, because trust in your own truth, follow that path, and other people may not understand you. You can't expect them to. You can only do what you have to do, and their path is their choices.
Something we have said has upset or hit someone the wrong way, and I want to go back and revisit this, because we're throwing shade on Mormons, and it's not that. I'm sorry that was interpreted that way. We are acknowledging how she feels about her neighbors, and with whether it's any kind of sect or group or whatever. But what we have going on here is we offended, and I'm very sorry about this, Hypnicity, and she says, my ancestors are Mormon. And why are we judging anyone? I'm proud of my heritage. We're not judging. And then she withdrew her question. Not all Mormons are bad.
Absolutely not.
And
Absolutely
I withdraw
not.
my question. So I do hope you forgive us. That was certainly not my.
And they have a very strong tradition of personal enlightenment, and so absolutely not. As my point is that what other people think is really none of your business. What they think about you is not your concern. You are to go follow your own path. Now, the problem is when other people don't want you to, but you can't let that interfere with you. And you should always be compassionate and kind to everyone as you want them to be to you.
Yep.
Whoever they are and whatever they believe, it doesn't matter. We are all sharing this earth. We are all one body, and we're here to learn lessons.
Yeah, but one thing for sure, you stick with me long enough, I will offend you. Because I promise you, I tell you, everybody that I will offend you. So we've thrown shade on someone that Denise is having challenge with or whatever. And we've certainly, I didn't feel we were ganging up on Mormons, but apparently someone did. So I do apologize for that.
I think that because the question was that her neighbors were calling her a witch. So the fact was that they were not being open-minded to her. That was the point.
Mormon, but
whether they're Mormons or not, they were not being accepting of her, and that was the problem. Not that you shouldn't be totally accepting of everyone else, because
that's right. You can go ahead and be upset all you want. I don't want to take that away from you because there's you need that. But I hope you forgive me. So anyway. We just certainly didn't mean any of that.
Yes, organized religion generally, they all kind of have a foundational belief of truth, and then it grows through the centuries into more closed-mindedness and maybe bigotry of a certain type or exclusioning of other people, and that's always a negative thing. So it doesn't have to do with the fundamental ideas, are usually have a big kernel of truth. The Christian religion look at things that have happened. Oh my gosh, religions have done some of the most horrible holy wars and things that have happened are not in line with the belief of the church or the faith. People behave, they use their church as an excuse to do things that are contrary to the belief of the church. So
that's everybody. I mean,
everybody. That's just the way it goes. That just happens. That happens everywhere.
Yeah, it does. But now Hypnicity, I want to take this moment because we're family here. And she says, I am an oversensitive Cancer as well. Well, I thank you for being so honest and comfortable with bringing this out so it's not sticking inside of you, because if it starts sticking inside of you, it doesn't serve anybody.
Yeah. And we want to be clear. We want to be clear on the message. It's one of inclusion,
and I'll be more
not
careful
exclusion.
With bringing that, making it balanced a little bit more. That's something but really everyone has their own experience. Now we'll just move into doing other readings. What, you have something more?
Well, I'm probably going to put my foot in my mouth, but I think that the one experience that a lot of people have because Mormons are so convinced, they have such a strong faith, but they feel that they have to convert everybody else. That's one thing that can cause friction. And so that's what they believe. And so they're going to do that with you because that's what they believe. So let smile at them and agree with their principles. And, you want to have a smooth relationship, but that is just that's their faith. So you're going to expect them to behave that way. That's okay. That's what they believe, and you have to respect that. But I think that's the cause sometimes of fiction that people have. Don't let that bother you.
I really like this conversation. Thank you, Hypnicity, for that. And bye, Rocky. I'm going to spin the wheel now. Let's see. You'll probably be the first one out.
Round and round she goes. L is for the very things you want. Oh, where does she land? Nobody knows.
Sutafi, la la. I almost went into opera, Sutafi. Okay. I think I have yours already starred. Yes. I never ask about love, she says. But okay, will Bill ever forgive me for cheating on him? Let me move into Bill's energy. Sometimes, because I would deal with a lot of relationships on the hotline, and sometimes people treat another person, their partner, really, really bad, so bad that they're the ones that leave the relationship, so they don't have to be the bad guy. Has anyone else had a relationship like that? But short answer is absolutely yes. He has already forgiven you.
I get it. You can see I'm getting a strong yes also.
Yes. So I think you can just relax about that. Just relax about that. Dora Smith. All right. Let's move back into Dora Smith. There you are. Love reading. Not love reading, general reading. Gosh, hashtag love. I'm so tired tonight. Let me do the math. Did I read for you earlier? I don't know if I did or not. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, so you're maybe so you're in a 9 personal year, which means this year you will need to give up what doesn't work for you anymore. I'm going to do the cards to figure out what that might be. But also you are 31-4 life path, meaning that you can be delightfully stubborn, and your desire for safe surroundings, secure surroundings are high on your list. And it also means that it is difficult for you to let go of things, real things, like the table, the chairs, and relationships, but then perspectives, anger. That can be a problem too. Go ahead.
It's really scary when we do this because you are saying the things that I'm thinking when I look and get these cards. I'm going, that is weird. Okay, well, we'll get to the last one last, but the first one, I'm wondering if you have had the Pentacles. You've got Knight of Pentacles for you, and followed by the King of Pentacles. I'm wondering if you have been very concerned about your job or change of job, or something that you value is you've been giving a lot of energy to money or something that is important to you, a job or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it seems to be in that field. And then right when Deborah said you're going to have to leave something, did you say you have to leave something behind? I was looking at that right when you said that, saying you've got to leave something. You've got to leave something behind. This is I think the message that, boy, I was looking at that card when Deborah started saying that, and this is just a verification of that. So there's something that's been, I'd say, painful for you that you really need to bury in the dust and use it as the manure and food for your own spiritual growth. You have to let it go in a balloon into the sky and let yourself flower, because you have to leave that, you have to let that go.
Infinity 11 says, that sounds like my reading resonates so much. That's one of the things, the reason you popped in, you go in and out of these readings. I know there's a lot of people having shows like this, and then people jump from show to show, and believe me, that's like spirit giving you an impulse. Come on to Deb's show, and Lalit has something to say. That type of
thing. But it's true, sometimes another person will get your reading and you'll recognize it, but it resonates with you, and you recognize, you say, boy, that is so true for me. So when something resonates for you and you hear the message to you, you're here listening, so it's no mistake. Things don't happen by accident. We can all learn.
So I did, as promised, I looked to see what you should be walking away from. And sure enough, I have the 8 of Cups reversed, meaning upright, you're walking away from something you've put a lot of time and effort into. Reversed means you're not letting go. You're not letting it go. So, because I had asked specifically, what should Dora let go of? And it's very, very clear. I've got 3 queens, so 3 friends, women, friends, or acquaintances, or family members, but you need to let one of them go. And the one that you need to let go of is the one that just has a sharp temper, that you enter the room and you think, oh, I wonder, emotions are almost like a football. You don't know what direction it's going to land in. And so I believe that person might make it a little hard to be around. So just think of that as a sign. You've got plenty of time with the 9 life path or a personal year. It's good to kind of think about this in the beginning, because as we get closer to, let's say, October, then whatever life wants you to give up will become very chaotic and dramatic. So, and then it's easy to let go of it then.
But this is a message that is true for all of us, because we are going through the biggest shift that humanity has ever gone through. Mm-hmm. And some people will have different attitudes towards this shift. Now, we are all part of you have spirit family, you have soul family, and there might be people who you are really close to who are just not getting it right now. But you know what? We have all eternity to work these things out, and after we cross the veil, and you'll say, oh yeah, everything will be good. So don't worry about it. Let it go. This is all temporary. This too shall pass. But we're all going to be letting go of relationships that just don't resonate with us anymore, because we are changing.
Right. And part of walking away from a relationship, you don't have to physically walk away from this person. It might be a tight group that you're in, and you don't want to, leave the group because of one person or kick them out. It's your perspective that needs to change.
That's right.
So if your perspective has to change when the actions or inactions of another person has an emotional consequence for you. So I'll just leave you with that. Kind of ponder that. Easier said than done, right? This love stuff. Ah, CEV 12. Yes, I have you here, I think. Let me just look. I'm going slow because I don't have my glasses on. I thought I had started. Would you mind terribly, CEV 12, would you mind terribly rewriting your question? I'm terribly sorry. For some reason, I didn't get it marked.
Is your name in some way, is the V like a Roman numeral 5? Is this relating to
CE5.
Dr. Greer?
Stephen Greer.
Is it relating to Stephen Greer's thing at all, or is that just a coincidence? CE5,
I think
Roman numeral V.
Yeah. I bet you that. Now I won't be able to think of her except any other way than an alien.
Okay.
Say that with love and love. So it looks, oh, there you are. No, that's Dora. So anyways, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind /12. That's you. I don't have your question. What I'm going to do is go into a general question right now, just so Spirit wants me to talk about money. Also wants you to not give away so much. So your generosity, either you've already done it or you want to do it with the, because I've got the 6 of Pentacles. So part of what brings you joy is to do for others. Spirit is saying, just hold off on that for the next week or so. Stay grounded with the 7 of Cups reversed. The Wheel of Fortune is your way. So things will get better. So you're able to go back into generosity, the way you like to do things. And then the High Priestess is there too. So your connection with Spirit is quite high. What did you get?
Well, I got something that isn't real, maybe like if you've been suffering so much, you have hit absolute bottom, you have
But it's reversed.
Yeah, it's reversed.
That's good. All the swords are coming out.
Yeah, that's right. So it's like everything that you possibly, you have nothing left to lose. So it's up from here. And this is where you really have been through trial by sword, trial by fire, and devastating losses. And this is the sign of a, Jesus went through it too.
Yeah.
And this is after you've passed the trial. You passed the trial by fire, and it's up from here.
So infinity. I was just going to say, I have your question. I'm not sure what if the cycle would serve you, but here we are. You just gave us super sticker, it looks like. So you are next. She has a question. I had an unfavorable financial outcome in the last job. Any message for my highest good related to recovery for loss, or in general, what Spirit wants me to know for my highest good? I love that question. I'm sorry about your financial outcome. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, so you were supposed to, not having that job is important, whatever happened there, but it did knock you off your game with the four of Wands reversed. I understand that. And it looks like you're going to be fine, but you're not going to feel fine, right? Because of the security of that. I do have some good news. There is a new avenue of income synchronizing up. Now, this is the Pentacle family. It could mean a new avenue of income, like for money, for cash, or it could be a new aspect for another job, or it could bloom into something else, but it's on the tangible situation. It does look like there's some people, all women, that are going to encourage you. One in particular is going to encourage you or set you in the right direction. Yes. And also, again, with the Six of Pentacles reversed right now, it's not a good time to share or dedicate extra money to things. And it looks like your creativity is going to blossom. Mm-hmm. And the Wheel of Fortune comes in again upright, meaning that it will get much better. So even though it's, especially, I don't know what life path you are, but if you're a 4 and an 8, there's a couple of other ones. Nobody wants to be insecure about finances. No one. But there are some people who it really takes years off their life worrying about things. So you're a 2, absolutely. Oh, let me just tell you, sister, are you sure you're not an 11 though? Because if you're a 2 life path, sometimes if you calculate it differently, the way I do it, you capture the 11. So if you're an 11-2, you just don't understand the willful negativity people have in this world. And then to have it directed to you is such an injustice that it's really hard to get it out of your blood system, that energy and that disappointment. But it will absolutely turn around. And my readings go in 1 month increments. So I'm thinking within the month, it could be tomorrow, but within 30 days, it looks like it's going to do that. If you give me your birth date, I'm going to make sure that you're really a 2, not an 11. So that'd be good. What did you get?
Well, I got some interesting cards, but beyond that, since I've been a musician all my life, and so spirit often talks to me in a song, and I got a song that I haven't thought of in a long time. It was actually President Kennedy's his campaign song, and it was called High Hopes. And part of the verse, there's a little section that goes, when things have gone really bad, brush yourself off, pick yourself up, start all over again. And that goes along with these image. You are the fire starter. Look at this picture. This is the Page of Wands. So I think you have the power within you. And she's twirling these fire swords, and out in the desert, like near Devil's Post Pile. It's very interesting. And then you have the star. So I'd say that you have the power to channel divine energy in a way that you can manifest whatever you want, and that you will have some kind of a partnership or new either business or love that will help you in this regain your hope and your footing and your joy of life again. It's not over for you. Definitely you're going to be able to build things up better than ever, but you have to look for a new partnership.
Yep. Thank you for that donation. I really appreciate the support.
And listen to that song. It's called High Hopes. Frank Sinatra sings it.
That's a good memory. Oh, Nat King Cole. She says, does hypnicity. Yay. I don't know if you're still here, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and
Nat King Cole, Love. I was thinking of that. Is that why she brought it up? Because he had that song, Love.
I don't know.
Extraordinary love.
Start over again.
No, yeah, that's start right over again. So it's a very optimistic song, and it's fun.
Now, hypnicity. I don't know if you want to go ahead and have your reading, or I'm just going to go ahead and do it. If you want me to stop, just let me know. Because you were the one that wanted to withdraw it, but I got a hit that we are in a tower moment.
Well,
What's
yeah,
the
that's
price?
a complete change that has never happened to humanity ever, stronger than the change of Atlantis. This one, we're going to survive it better, but it's a very big change. And yes, that's a tower moment. The old collapses for the new to be born. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. So just
The
focus on the future, because it's going to be a new world and a way of doing everything.
exactly. So the tower idea traditionally means um, harsh and unexpected changes. But it is a new world. It is a new earth. Aquarius is coming in. We're all getting a dose. We are all honing our intuition, so we're not caught by tower energy. So yes, the world is in America, and the world, I guess, is
Yeah.
in power energy, but we are the ones that hold a perspective that when people fall apart, we can help build up. So it's our perspective, and it's just understanding. It's hard to be the light without. I'm speaking for myself. It's hard for me to be the light without me losing hope in humanity, because there's so much willful negativity out there. But I have my family here, and that helps an awful lot. But also, if you're looking at tower energy, do one thing you don't normally do. Go out and buy a sack of rice if you don't normally buy rice. I mean, it's a preparedness thing, or some canned food. And if you decide, oh, I was just acting crazy, I bought us canned food, then donate it, right? And then but
Make a hot casserole to give the Mormons next door.
stop now.
Really, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Let the compassion and love shine forth in unexpected ways. Keep it burning.
Right, keep it burning. So do one thing that you normally wouldn't think to do that's a little bit different, because the crashing down is going to hit us, and I don't know how it's going to hit us, but either any way it comes, we have each other. As long as there's internet, I'm going to be in your living room.
Say, wow, isn't that unusual, interesting? Look what's happening. This is really far out. We used to say back in the day, far out.
I remember when it was Y2K. So these youngins here don't know this, but when nobody knew what was going to happen when the year changed to 2000, because all the clocks on the computers were, they thought everything would explode. And so there were some people really barricading themselves in, feeling it was the end of the world. And this one client of mine, I was hairdressing, talked the whole time about having food and this and that. He was totally prepared. And he says, so what if it went near the end of the world? He says, so what have you done to prepare? And I said, oh, I've gotten your address memorized. I thought that was hilarious to say. Oh, he hit the roof. I will turn you away. You have had plenty of time to prepare for this. I thought, oh, you're going to be one of those. You're going to be one of those. You'd be so. Anyway, that's so funny. But I think we're about quarter past the hour, and I think we're going to call it. I need to call it a night, because I was messing up a bit. Hey, Deb, it's so. Come on up to Seattle. It happened in Seattle. I love this.
Boy, I saw the Washington governor's speech. Boy, he really was strong. That was great in Washington. The Washington people really come out in force.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Forward thinking. She says, I got a huge remote view during Y2K. Oh, that was interesting. I worked under Bill Barr during Y2K. Interesting.
Oh,
Was he the same man today as he was in the year 2000? I would love to know. Hypnicity. I would love to
well,
know.
yeah, he did really crappy things under George Bush. Really bad. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was there too. And yeah, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So oh, he was smarmy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Well, I've enjoyed this evening with you as I do every Friday
Keep
night.
that candle burning.
Yep. And we're all here for each other. What do you have going on? Do you have anything on your channel? Oh, you have some readings going on, a special Valentine readings discount. Yeah.
Yes, half price. Yes.
Okay,
I would
so
love
let us
to.
know about that.
And better than half price, you can get a free chart if you haven't already got one. I send you an interpretation, a transit report, and
Yeah, it's a
date, time, and place, a bunch of
package
stuff.
you get
Yeah. So.
in digitally. But tell us how hypnicity Epstein worked for his dad. Oh my God.
Yes, that's right. Epstein was hired to work in a children's school, a prep school, and he was like the math teacher just out of high school. He was like in college, very young, and he was hired to work with young people at this very expensive school. That Bill Barr's father was the headmaster. Yep,
That's my tower moment right now.
that is disgusting.
Is a girls' school. Holy
Oh, I
crap.
don't think it was all girls.
That's what hypnicity
I
says.
was it?
She says all girls school.
Oh man,
Yeah, we got
I
a
don't know.
lot of those.
Disgusting. Anyway, I mean,
Mhm.
uh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, she says, I know what I know. What I
Oh,
know.
yeah. We don't want to know. We don't
Tell us,
know.
Lalit, tell us what everyone needs to do to get a reading with you, because your calendar isn't up just yet. So you just
No, I
email.
know I'm getting
That's all
close.
right. That's all right.
Astrology just send me an email, and I have times open, and there aren't so many of you here that it would be overwhelming. So you can get a time right away if you want one. And I do give short readings if you have one or two questions on the cheap, and or I give full readings, which are supposed to be an hour and a half. Sometimes we go over because I love talking to you. So they're half price, so they will go vary from like $40 to minimum to for the short readings, and we can have 150 for the full enchilada
Full enchilada. I love that.
with recording.
Now I want enchiladas.
Mm.
Half price candy tomorrow. So I will see everyone next week. And I love you all. We are all here together. We are not going to let each other down. Hypnicity, thank you for your patience with us. You mean the world to us. And we want everyone to feel okay. And we will see you next week. Happy